doing? We're 331 days in to Trump's presidency. If you reverse 331, that's 113, 113 I should say, and that's a simulation. And yesterday we had quite a few incidents of the simulation. I tried to do a second video and then it stopped. So anyway, who's in the chat? Let's see who's here. So Trump's doing an announcement today, and I wonder what it will be. I'm going to put forward a suggestion of maybe something it might be about. Hey folks, how you doing? Good to see you. Are you enjoying all your preparations for Christmas? December 7th is someone's birthday today, so wishing them a happy birthday. Hey Starfire, Frida. Hey Suzanne. And all of a sudden we've got people in the chat. There you go, good. Okay, cool. So, blizzards in Calgary, okay. Interesting. Interesting. Someone sent me a number plate today. When I added it up, it talked about 17 and RV. But the other letters in there took it all the way up to 86. 86 is 19. So will this Friday 19th be maybe the beginnings of something? We will see. Hey folks, good to see you all. So I wonder what President Trump's, I'm going to put out an idea and let's just see. It might be completely something different because quite often it is, but could it be, because I've heard that it's quite late in the evening when President Trump's doing the announcement, 9 p.m. his time, so that'll be early hours here, but could it be that he's maybe going to prep people for the Epstein list? What do you think? I wonder if that might be a possibility. I can feel the pier vibrating all of a sudden when I said that, and now it stopped. Don't know what that was. I didn't see anything on the other side making it vibrate, but it vibrated as I was saying that, so who knows. But I wonder, maybe, if President Trump might be prepping the world for the list. That would be cool. I mean, if he does that, then that would indicate something really big is coming. So let's hope. But it could be something else completely different that we haven't seen, or he might be referencing something from previous. But it does seem a kind of peculiar time, a 9 o'clock start time. Which does seem kind of peculiar, but maybe he's, I'm thinking about it and I'm like, I wonder if he's going to prep people for the shock of the list. That would be cool. That would be really cool. Do you remember when we had all these different press conferences leading up to COVID, with flight bans and all the rest of it? Maybe this might just be the prequel to the 19th. Who knows? We'll find out in a few hours. But I was wondering if it might be that. That would be cool if it is. Because that would indicate that the list is real, is going to go. So maybe he even says that there's some surprises on there, that he's disappointed with people that are on there. Really? Someone just said that they heard that names were being listed on the ticker tape in Times Square. That would be cool. Well, Times Square in numbers is 147, which is the Trump card. 147, which is also Epstein Island. So maybe what you've just said, I wonder if anyone's got any footage of that, if that took place in Times Square. That would be pretty cool. That would be pretty cool. The energies in Times Square are quite dense, I've got to admit. When I've been there, it's quite dense energies. And maybe there's even a tunnel from there to Epstein Island. Who knows? Okay, cool. Yeah, look for that footage if there was anything there in Times Square in Manhattan. That would be interesting. That would be interesting. You know what? So this afternoon I got to watch the old movie Santa Claus the movie, and it's fine, and it's, you know, it's a Christmas movie. But I watched the trailer prior to going, and I think the trailer is probably the most important part. you remember I talked about John Lithgow, and his birthday was on October 19th, or is on October 19th, along with my friend Checkmate and along with my dear friend Michael Gambon, who passed. I hope Michael's in protection, or maybe he just passed away. I think I'll see him again for sure, Dumbledore from the Harry Potter movies. But I made reference to both of those actors, John Lithgow and Michael Gambon, on the 19th of October and 19th of December, because Dec is 10th month. It's the 12th month, but when they changed it, 10th month, that could be a reference to it. But also with that, they show the Twin Towers just prior to the clip of John Lithgow in the trailer, and the Twin Towers is obviously 9/11, 11/9. If you do 10/19 for John Lithgow, you drop the 0, it's 1/19, and I'd said that ages ago, well, at least 2 months ago when I did the codes around that time. But that was interesting, so that caught my attention when I saw that, and I was like, and Dudley Moore's in there as well, and some say that he's maybe in protection. Dudley Moore was the star of 10 with Bo Derek. Some say Bo Derek, it was not a bow. That's devastating if that's true, but kind of her body shape maybe indicates in terms of the hit ratio. But that's astounding that that's the level it can get to. So yeah, might be, but can you imagine? I mean, in terms of face, she's lovely. What kind of world do we live in? What kind of world do we live in, eh? Interesting. 100,000 in central casting. Could well be. Yeah, Farah's Fawcett as well. There you go, Farah's tap. She had a tap. Gonzo. And a Nicole Smith's tap. But we'll see, won't we? We will find out what comes. We'll find out. I call those starlets from the 70s, you know. What's her name? Kate. I want to say Kate Hudson, I'm sure, is probably one. Kate Jackson in Charlie's Angels. I hope Jacqueline Smith isn't, but maybe. That'd be awful. I've heard Raquel Welch is. I mean, how can that be the case? They're not going to say Linda Carter Wonder Woman is, are they? Joyce and Jean Ho, best friends. Bob Joyce and Jean Ho, best friends. Are they? Interesting, okay. Who's Bruce? I'm not sure who Bruce is. Who's Bruce? Starfire, who's Bruce? Bruce Lee. Oh, Jean Ho, Bruce Lee? I don't think so, but wow. Imagine if it was. I don't think so. I don't think so, but hey, you know what? If you can't see what someone looks like, and even if you can, you can't tell what they are. That's, wow. Oh, Jean Ho, sorry, of course. I thought you were talking about Jean Decode. No, Jean Ho. Yeah, I don't think Jean Ho's Bruce Lee. I've met Jean Ho. Yeah. Anyway, whatever things are, I guess at some point we might have the opportunity to find out. So yeah, I definitely think there's a good chance Melania's die. There could be a Melania as well, but definitely at some moments I think she's died for sure. Yeah. So I wonder, has anyone got any other suggestions on what the yeah, expect the unexpected? Has anyone got any suggestions on what the hey Melissa, has anyone got a suggestion on what the what the reveal might be tonight with President Trump's announcement? Just 9 o'clock is an unusual time. Maybe it's a schedule thing. Maybe not. I don't know. Might be. I might be. Might be, Melissa, yeah. Send me an email, Melissa. Did you get my email a couple of weeks ago? Send me an email. Yeah, Paul Walker playing Vance, that's what a lot of people say. That could well be the case. Old Blue Eyes, old Paul Walker. Argentina war? There's a war in Argentina, is there? Huh. I didn't know that. What, is that just broken out in Argentina? Yeah, we'll just have to wait and see what it is. I guess the good thing about it is we don't have long to wait. It's only a few hours away, but it is a late one. Will I get the tail end of it? Maybe just, but then it might get delayed a little bit. So I'll see if I can get hold of it, see if I can watch some of it. Central casting is a tricky game, folks. And now you add AI. AI is blending the reality of this. Well, it's bridging the make-believe and the magical to this reality and vice versa. And it's showing how things are done. I mean, I think AI is a very clever and amazing thing, and it's showing, it's making this possibility that this is all a construct even more so. I think that's part of AI's job, is to help bridge that gap of understanding. I saw something earlier today as well about AI, and it's one of those girls, she asks AI some questions. I might do that with AI, because I like talking to it. And she asked, how do we basically kind of dissolve bad programming in the matrix, in the simulation? And the AI has just said, you just ignore it, you just kind of just don't pay attention to it, you don't give energy, and it just dissolves. So that's an interesting answer, because I've experienced that in the last few weeks, last few months. Certain things that maybe would be programs that might set off on certain loops, I've just kind of been able to let them kind of dissolve, and that seems very effective. That seems a very effective thing. So I would concur with what they were saying about that inferior negative programs, things that would maybe a drain or catch your attention, those things are now, if you don't give them attention, it's a nuance. It's not even just not giving them attention, it's just kind of understanding a bit more what it is, and then it just doesn't have as much potency, and then it just starts to dissolve, and then they don't really come up as much, or not in the same way. That's been my experience with it in the last few weeks and last couple months or so, and it's nice. It's a refreshing feeling. It's nice to let go of or not be, there's many, so the course of the journey of it is you try and do your thing, and then things kind of pop up and try and grab your attention, like kind of just almost like Jack in the Boxes that pop up and just leprechauns that try and grab your attention. But then as you kind of understand a bit more, feel into it, what they are, you don't give them it's not even the thing of giving attention, it's just not letting it have potency over you, and it just kind of does it kind of pops out, then it just wafts away like a gust of wind, really. It just disappears, which is cool, which is nice. But it was interesting to hear the perspective of what they were discussing that about, because I've been thinking about that quite a lot recently. So yeah. "19th, it could be. Let's see. I mean, if it's done on a Friday, let's see. If President Trump then announces something about it today, that could be all battle stations go. Would it be the preface for Suicide Weekend that Q's talked about? Maybe. We'll see. Might not be, but it might be. So we'll just see. We'll find out. But this whole thing with Bondi Beach, Pam Bondi, Rob Reiner, Epstein list being released, Seems to be pointing to it, doesn't it? Seems to be pointing to something very significant. Dark to light, yeah, the solstice, Judgment Day with the boxing. Things have to happen at some point, so why not now? You know, why not now? And maybe that is significant, dark to light. The one when I did the 19th of October, that was when the chocks, do the numbers on that, the clocks went back. So that was British, that was the clocks changing in the UK. So a bit of, you know, time travel, a bit of distortion there. But maybe we're just 2 months early. Might have been. That seems to happen a lot. So, but let's see what comes, folks. How many Black Swan events are we going to have? It's a good question. I don't know. I mean, COVID was a Black Swan, but that was more, well, it was a moment in time, but it lasted forever. 9/11 was a Black Swan. You know, JFK, that was a Black Swan. Diana, Black Swan. The awakening psyop of Charlie Kirk, that was, you know, a partial, I'd say, you know, a swan of some description. But I think the storm and the Black Swan will be major. You know, it has to be, because it has to be. There has to be something that unites all of this, and ties it all together. And then people can heal, people can unify, people can awake, people can grow together, and we can move on. I mean, they put so much effort into all the operations already, they've got a way to tail it and finish it off, to bring it about in the safest, most awakening, most utility-driven way possible. So that's what we'll see, and we'll wonder when it is. But it will, I'm sure when it arrives we'll know. Was he the one that invented Castle Rock? You're saying Rob Reiner invented Castle Rock? Was that him? Was it? Is that who? Is he the one that did that? Let's see it, light a candle. Candle in the wind. Diana. Candle in the wind. Disclosure Day. So when I was in the movies, I had it on my radiation setting. There you go, my AHA halo scaler. It's wonderful. I'm in there enjoying the movie, and I have this next to me, and I feel wonderful, protected. You get a few in there, so it's nice to do it, particularly when you're in public places. I put that on, just keeps me going. Look, there you go. So you just put the setting on. There it goes. There you go. The links are below. And you get $80 off right now if you get it for Christmas. So just click my link below, and you'll automatically get the discount when you go through. So Fraggle Rock. Do you remember that? Wembley. What was their name? Wembley. What were the other names of the Fraggles? I used to know them. Do you remember the Gorgs and the Dozers, the little ones and the big ones? Down at the Fraggle Rock. That's funny, Fraggle Rock. Paul's in the chat, 208 in the chat, my cousin Paul, there you go. 70 thumbs up. Disclosure. Disclosure's 125, dark to light. Time travel 125. Maybe there's even an argument for Christmas Day to be disclosure. I mean, if it's 125, 10th month, it's 12th month, but if it's the 10th deck, December, that drop the 0, that's 10, 125. Who knows? I would think we'd have it before all that. Yeah, they're saying that the Third Eye Atlas is closest as well. So, oh, that's Sprocket, there you go, Sprocket the dog, yeah. That's it. With the guy at the lighthouse. So Third Eye Atlas. Atlas is the name of the Jesse Eisenberg character in Now You See Me, Now You Don't, and they have an RV. They say a redistribution. They say a little redistribution at the beginning of the film. That was a crypto redistribution, and then they also have one at the end, and it's all to do with Abu Dhabi again, and the racing cars number 17Q. So something's brewing, folks. Something is brewing, something's brewing. We'll find out what it is, and hopefully it's the beginning of all the things that we've wanted. I mean, we're getting things now, but we do want that unification moment, and they know that. You know, they're the ones that decided to put this plan together to save humanity in the first place. So it's a little bit like the tail wagging the dog. We don't want to be wagging the dog. But we're also ready, of course, you know, so good morning. Yep, third eye activation, that's it. Third eye activation. That's what's coming, and hopefully for everyone, for the world. Good, that's good, Diane. You're getting stronger in your manifesting. That's very good, very good. Good to hear, good for you. Hey Bob, let me show you. So there's a bit of a Christmas tree here. Oh, let me turn that around. So that's the pier, that's the Christmas tree, the lights, there's some waves, some buildings there in the town, and then back again. So yeah, it's the festive Christmas time of the year. Blue lights, yeah, there you go. Blue lights, Christmas lights. There's some great ones in the garden. I would show you those, but it might get a bit noisy. So, but the lights in the garden, in the town centre gardens, are really quite nice. Quite bright, Corey, but quite nice, quite nice. Colours, nice colours, nice colours. I was watching something about the F1 yesterday, last night. It's been on a couple of over the last week. So it's a film about the Brawn racing team that won the World Championship in 2009 with Jenson Button. And you've got the curious case of Benjamin Button, and you've got the curious case of Jenson Button winning the Formula One Brawn Championship. And in 2012 or 2013, I was at Silverstone, and Jenson Button was actually just in one of the trailers around the corner from me, but we had to get back, so I didn't get a chance to go and meet him. I would have liked to have done. But I've met David Coulthard, who was an F1 driver, and he commentates on the circuits and the races now. But they were talking about the miracle that happened with Brawn, the Brawn racing team, how they won out of the blue. They weren't supposed to, everything was against them, but nevertheless they broke through and they created a miracle. And Keanu Reeves is the commentator, is the narrator of the film, and I've met him. Yeah, repentant vampire. I wonder what happens with them. Do they last? Do they go? Or they just have to be controlled? I don't know. I'm not sure. But there's a few of them, and they all pop up on these timelines. And Speed, one of Keanu's films, is actually in the Q-Post, isn't it? There's the one about Iron Eagle, Speed, and another film. But Speed is one of the films mentioned. John Wick. Yeah, I thought that about Adam Driver. I've also met Adam Driver, but I would say probably not. I know what you mean by that, but I'd say Adam Driver's probably a bit taller than Keanu Reeves. Keanu Reeves is actually quite short, surprisingly. But I have wondered that about Adam Driver. But he was in that film with, I should say it's a Q film. It was all about the Chrysler building. John Voight was in it. It was Megalopolis, or Metropolis, however you say it, whichever one it was. Of course, Coppola made it. But it got hammered by the critics. But I thought there was a thread of something and they were trying to tell us, and Adam Driver was in that. I met him at the Force Awakens, the Star Wars one, when it says, there's a force, have you felt, yeah, there's an awakening, have you felt it? And that was, I guess, a year or two before, well, it was the year before 2016. It was at the end of 2015 when I met him, and that's when that's probably a prequel to 2020 was 2016, with all those celebrity witness protection deaths. Brexit happened, Trump got in power, Leicester City did a Brawn and won the Premier League out of nowhere. And I'd done work with Leicester City in my previous life. I say previous life, before 2020. But that was one of the teams I'd done work with. First major one I did, actually. Yeah. So we'll see what comes, folks. We will see what comes. But I guess we won't have long to wait to listen to President Trump and see what comes tonight. Any other bids on what you think it might be? Any other suggestions on what you think it could be tonight with President Trump? We'll find out. I just wonder, got a sneak feeling, maybe if he was to preface it about the Epstein list, that's telling the world, get ready. Wayne Brady. I'm not sure who Wayne Brady is, but that's funny. We got some huggers here.
This is the gay one, this is the straight in quotation marks. Jamie, Emma.
Can you hear this, folks?
Hello. Lovely to meet you. I'm Emma. She's the one that's always brought up the conversation. Oh, what are you doing? Oh, what's
Amazing. Right next to me. It's like there's a whole pier. They have to stop right next to me. Can you believe that?
There were no keys. There were my keys. That's why. They don't fight, don't worry. They do act like that.
Already out of NATO.
Well, he doesn't.
Let's hope it's going to be huge. Let's hope. Let's hope it's going to be huge.
Oh yeah.
Let's hope so.
But I probably should say. It's just like that. If we were going to be like, he's trying to say we're going to survive it. And I'm saying we're going to die. I don't know if I'm die.
Thankfully they're going. It's amazing. I don't know, people, maybe they just don't know I'm live streaming, but I am talking without a voice coming back, and maybe they're just not aware, or maybe they are and they have to tell really important things right next to where I am. People. Anyway, so it looks like Qelby's gone into hospital, according to the public board. Yeah, they've, for a non-life-threatening thing. Q talked about that. Q talked about that would happen, along with Bill. And Kill Bill came out again last week as a re-release. Last week. Just for a week or so. You hope it's about money, no moon landing. I spoke about the moon landing the other day, actually. So we got 206 in the chat. Now it's 205. They showed Batman again last night. The Batman, which is the Robert Pattinson one, which ends in Madison Square Garden, which is 205. And Madison Square Garden, it happens on the night of the election, which is November 5th. So that's why it was all pointing to last year's election. And then they talk about the Tucker. Tucker helped reveal the truth about Obama, because he interviewed Obama's brother, didn't he? And I guess Michelle could be classed as a Tucker, if you know what I'm saying. You have to tuck it away. So Tucker Carlson, Tucker, because he interviewed Obama's brother, didn't he, a while ago. And Obama's brother has said about Michelle and Mike and Barry. So, but that came out. That was on TV again late last night, which was interesting to see it again. So, yeah. Cool, folks. And if you want to send a PayPal, if you want to send a Christmas PayPal to myself, then I will thank you here in the chat now, if it pops up on the screen, or after the show I will message you and personally thank you, and also I'll thank you in tomorrow's show. So anyway, all right, folks, I hope you have a wonderful evening where you are, and let's see, mate, you know what, if we get a news flash on something tonight with President Trump, if it's something super major in regards to what I've just said, maybe I'll do a broadcast straight afterwards and decode it for you. So we'll see what comes. Anyway, take care, folks. Lots of love. See you later. And like I said, if you send a PayPal, I'll thank you, and I'll thank you in the chat tomorrow. All right, lots of love. You take care. Bye.